friends, and esteemed guests, welcome to the 2021 Fall Commencement at the University of Northern Iowa. Please rise for the graduating students. representatives of the faculty of the University of Northern Iowa. The heads of the academic departments of the University of Northern Iowa. President of the University of Northern Iowa, Dr. Mark A. Nook, and the Platform Party.
Students, faculty, staff, and esteemed guests, I bid you welcome to the Fall 2021 commencement exercises of the University of Northern Iowa, which will now be in order. My name is John Valentine, and I am serving as your commencement marshal this morning. Please remain standing for the performing of our national anthem by the UNI Jazz Ensemble. The colors will be presented by the University of Northern Iowa ROTC Honor Guard. Please be seated. At this time, I have the honor of introducing the members of the Platform Party. All those introduced should please remain standing until the introductions have been completed, and I ask that applause be withheld until all have been introduced. Mr. Milt Dokovich, Board of Regents, State of Iowa. Dr. Mark Nook, President. Dr. Jose Herrera, Provost and Executive Vice President. Dr. Michael Hager, Senior Vice President for Finance and Operations. Dr. David Grady, Vice President for Student Life. Dr. Colleen Mulholland, Dean of the College of Education. Dr. John Fritsch, Dean of the College of Humanities, Arts, and Sciences. Dr. Jennifer Waldron, Associate Vice President of Research and Innovation, Dean of the Graduate College and Online and Distance Education. Ms. Teresa Westbrock, Dean of the Library. Dr. James Mattingly, Chair of the University Faculty and Associate Professor of Management in the College of Business. Ms. Nicole Zumbach-Harkin, Instructor, Department of Communication and Media. Mr. Drew Conrad, Vice Chair of the UNI Alumni Association Board of Directors. Ms. Samantha Bennett, President, Northern Iowa Student Government. Mr. Caleb Christine, Student Speaker and candidate for Bachelor of Science in Technology and Engineering Education and Bachelor of Arts in Middle Level Education. And Ms. Tammy Silver, Interpreter. At this time, please welcome the President of the University of Northern Iowa, Dr. Mark Nook.
Regent Dokovich, members of the Platform Party, faculty and staff of the University of Northern Iowa, family and friends and guests of our graduates, but mostly our graduating class this year, welcome to the 2021 Fall Commencement Exercises. It's a pleasure to be together with you in this room, celebrating your accomplishments, celebrating your hard work, celebrating your dedication to your education and to your future. Here at the University of Northern Iowa, we say that we are always working to help our students reach three important goals: their educational goals, their professional goals, and their personal life goals. Today, we celebrate our graduates reaching one of their educational goals. We hope this is the first of many. It may not come with a ceremony or a degree, the educational goals after this, but we know that life, if anything, requires constant learning. We hope this is one of those first steps and one that you will remember well as you move into your professional life. It is important for us to recognize the faculty of the University of Northern Iowa in particular, the role that they've played in helping these graduates receive the education that we really honor and celebrate today. While graduation is a big event, what it really symbolizes is the education that you as students have received here at the University of Northern Iowa, the way that you have been prepared for what comes after this. So to our faculty and to our staff who have supported these students, thank you for your work and your dedication to their lives, to their education, and to helping them grow into great professionals, great community members, great family members, to have an impact in our society across the state of Iowa. This university is one that really does build a sense of community, a sense of place. It's important at this institution that we build those connections between students and faculty, between students and staff, but also students building relationships with other students. Those connections will serve you throughout your entire life as you move forward. Some of the strongest connections that you will have, some of the strongest friendships, will be friendships that you made while you were here at the University of Northern Iowa, either with other students, with staff members, and with faculty. That sense of community and connection really is the heart and soul of the University of Northern Iowa. Why it's so important to us is that we recognize that while the faculty have a large impact on this institution, our staff have a large impact on this institution, and both impact your lives, your time here, your work with our faculty and staff, your work with each other, impacts this university in a tremendous way. We have changed as a university because you were here. The way you interacted with each other, the way you interacted with faculty and staff, the student groups and student orgs that you were part of, helping us pack the dome so that we could pack backpacks for students in need across the Cedar Valley. All of those engagements have made a difference and changed this place. Universities are different because of the impact of their students. So thank you for being a Panther, and thank you for making a difference at the University of Northern Iowa. To our graduates, congratulations on reaching this point. It's wonderful to be able to celebrate this time with you in person and with your family. Thanks for being here today. Go Panthers. Today you will see that some of our candidates are wearing red, white, and blue honor cords. The honor cord indicates that these students have served, are serving, or will be serving our country in the military. This recognition is well-deserved, and we are deeply grateful for their service and bravery, which affords us our freedoms. If you are a graduating student and are a current member of the military or a veteran, please rise and accept our thanks. We recognize that there are many veterans and members of the military in our audience today as well. If you are a veteran or a member of the active military, would you please rise and allow us to thank you for your service? Thank you.
At this time, please welcome Dr. James Mattingly, Associate Professor and Chair of the Faculty, who teaches in the Department of Management in the College of Business.
On behalf of the faculty, I would like to offer my congratulations to all of today's graduates. The degree you are receiving is from an institution that values the quality of your education, is invested in your experiences as students and alumni, and is dedicated to providing quality faculty with diverse backgrounds to teach its students. We are proud of your accomplishments. At this time, please direct your attention to the screen as representatives of the faculty provide their congratulations.
Congratulations to all of our graduates across campus. This is such an exciting time for you. With your UNI degree in hand, many doors will be open to you. You've been well prepared during a time when the world was turned upside down, and by getting to this point, you've shown resilience that will serve you well the rest of your life. You should leave here with the confidence that you can change the entire world, or just your little corner of it. That is up to you. You determine what path you want to take and where your journey will lead you, and whatever you decide, you have our support. Your success is our success, and we're very proud of you. Again, congratulations on your achievement.
Congratulations, class of 2021. We know how hard you have worked throughout your time at UNI, and we're so proud of you. Your accomplishments are even more impressive as you carry them out during a worldwide pandemic. This is a huge step forward in your future, and we can't wait to see what becomes of it. We are grateful that you allowed us to be part of your academic journey, and we wish you the best in your future endeavors. We hope you will come back to visit us on campus and share your adventures. Congratulations, and go Panthers!
On behalf of the Division of Continuing Education and Special Programs, I would like to congratulate our students graduating with degrees in General Studies, Individual Studies Health Sciences, and Bachelor of Liberal Studies. You have accomplished great things and your future is bright. And to all of our 2021 graduates, congratulations on your outstanding achievement. We wish you a lifetime of learning and success.
Congratulations on this huge accomplishment. This is such a joyous occasion for you, your family, and your friends. Enjoy the moment. This is only the beginning for you, another step forward on your journey. All of you overcame challenges, made mistakes, some big, some small, and yet you persisted and you continued to work, and now you've succeeded. In the future, when your life throws you a curveball, regardless of the domain, work, life, family, remember that you can persevere yet again. You have the skills to overcome. You have an amazing group of people, your family and friends, your fellow Panther alumni, and all of us here at UNI in your corner, cheering for you, helping to pick you up when you need it, and more than anything, believing in you. You are a Panther. You are a beast. Decide what you want and go get it. Congratulations. Celebrate. You all deserve it.
Muchas felicidades a todos los graduandos y graduandas por sus logros en la Universidad del Norte de Iowa. Estamos orgullosos de ustedes y de lo que harán en el futuro. Enhorabuena.
Congratulations to all the graduating students, and thank you for entrusting us with the daunting responsibility of guiding you and seeing you through a challenging educational journey that culminates in this commencement ceremony today. And what a journey it has been. Taking together the all-night stints, working on assignments, the term papers, the quizzes and tests, the presentations, the auditions, the performances you gave, and for some of you, the juggling of school, work, and family that are part and parcel of the college experience stretch most students to their limits. Add the pandemic to the mix, and you multiply the challenge manyfold. Through it all, you forged on, pivoting to unfamiliar modes of instruction, masking up and socially distancing as necessary. And now here you're graduating and as ready as any graduating class in the past to take on life's challenges. Some of you will be going to graduate or professional school, and others will be joining the workforce. For the latter group, job prospects have never been better, as if to compensate for the extreme hurdles you have had to overcome. This is your day. Take a moment to let it sink in. Celebrate the momentous achievement, and then go forth and shine and take great comfort in the knowledge that you have received a first-rate education from UNI. We are so very proud of you. Once again, congratulations.
Thank you to our faculty representatives for sharing today. We now proceed to the recognition and award of honors. Dr. Jose Herrera, Provost and Executive Vice President of the university, will recognize those candidates honored for their superior record in scholarship. And ladies and gentlemen, this is our new Provost. Welcome.
Thank you, Panther community. Esteemed guests, you may have noticed that some of our candidates today are wearing bronze medallions. The medallion indicates that these students are graduating with summa cum laude, which means that they have achieved an academic level which places them in the top 3% of their academic college graduating class. The university is very proud to recognize these candidates at this time. Would the summa cum laude candidates please rise so we recognize and honor you? Thank you. Students graduating with magna cum laude honors have earned a grade point average, placing them in the top 4 through top 8% of those students graduating in their academic college or division. And they're wearing purple honor cords. Will the magna cum laude graduates please rise so that we may recognize and honor you? Thank you. Students graduating cum laude have earned a grade point average, placing them in the top 9 through the top 15% of those students graduating from their academic college or division, and they're wearing gold honor cords. Will the cum laude graduates please rise so that we may recognize and honor you? Thank you and congratulations to the honorees.
It is now my pleasure to introduce Ms. Samantha Bennett, President of the Northern Iowa Student Government.
Hi, Panthers. It's so nice to see you all. I'm honored for the opportunity to speak with you on one of the most celebratory days of your time at the University of Northern Iowa. It has been my privilege to serve as the president of the Northern Iowa Student Government and to represent all of you. As you graduate today, I encourage all of you to live your life fully and make UNI proud. The faculty and staff, your parents and friends have helped you attain the knowledge and skills necessary to be successful as you develop on your next journey. Your involvement, engagement, and accomplishments at UNI will benefit you in your next steps, whether that be graduate school, volunteer opportunities, or your professional career. Take what you've learned and be the difference. Enjoy today, because you more than deserve to, and congratulations on your achievements. Go Panthers.
At these exercises, it has become our pleasant custom to ask a member of the graduating class to deliver an address to their fellow students. Dr. Colleen Mulholland, Dean of the College of Education, will introduce this year's speaker.
Congratulations, class of 2021. I have the distinct honor of introducing your speaker. Caleb Christine loves education. He will join you today walking across the stage with a dual major in industrial arts teaching and middle school teaching. Caleb is a husband, father, and educator. He came back to school at UNI after serving in the United States Army and Reserves for 9 years, as well as having successful careers in federal law enforcement, instructing canines, and as an emergency medical technician, just to name a few. I'm sure someone has already pointed out to Caleb that these esteemed experiences have prepared him for his next career in teaching adolescents. However, what I will point out is Caleb's passion for his students, his humility, and his unwavering commitment to achieving his dream. To illustrate this, when Caleb found out he would be student teaching in an automotive class, he took an additional summer course to better understand the subject. What a demonstration of commitment to his teaching experience and to his students. He hopes to be an educational leader one day. Guess what, Caleb? You already are, and we can't wait to see what you do next. Please join me in welcoming the remarkable man you have chosen as your graduation speaker, Mr. Caleb Christine.
Forewarning, I get a little pumped up for this. Well, Panthers, we did it. We are graduates of the University of Northern Iowa. I don't know about all of you, but I've been waiting a long time for this day. The culmination of hard work and dedication by not only all of us, but by all of those who have helped us along this journey. Please take a moment to say thank you to those who have helped us make this all possible. No one does this alone, and I, for one, offer my most sincere thanks to everyone who has helped me along the way. Now, most of you sitting in front of me left home a few short years ago to embark on your educational journey. Some of us took the long road. It was my childhood dream to attend UNI. Ever since I stepped foot on the field at the Unidome, for Band Day in 1998, I was sold on this being my school. Life has a funny way of not agreeing with your plans. This is a lesson I have learned many times the hard way. After a failed attempt at junior college, I decided to join the Army with the thought that I would serve for 20 years and retire rich at 40 years old. I turned 40 in July. And while I may not be rich or retired, I did spend the next 16 years living some of the most amazing experiences anyone could hope for. I visited foreign nations, I made lifelong friends, and I met my amazing wife. 20 years after graduating high school, I finally achieved that dream that I thought was long gone when I was accepted here at UNI. I can still recall how I felt on August 22nd, 2019, as I sat at the top row of the student section here in McLeod for orientation when I heard the UNI fight song for the first time as a student. It still gets to me when I hear that tune drop. Everyone in the stadium stands up, and I realize this is my school. Now, I was unbelievably scared my first week here. When I learned that one of the first classes I would be taking was physics, I knew that I'd be on this campus for one semester, if that long. But then I sat down in Dr. Stallenwerk's class as he explained Newton's third law by using the scenario of throwing a cat while sitting in a red wagon, or the idea of friction while drawing a picture of a stick figure walking its pet squid. I was further put at ease my second semester as Dr. Atkinson would start off his lectures with stories and pictures of his travels all over the world, and when Dr. Welford would share his pictures and stories of his world travels. In no time at all, I felt like I was home. Now, over the last 2.5 years, I have gained an immense amount of knowledge, and I have met some amazing people. With that said, it was everything I envisioned it being 2 decades ago. I have found, though, that the lessons I learned beyond the classroom have come to be some of the most important aspects and life-changing aspects of my life. I would like to share a couple with you all today and lend some advice to my fellow graduates before me. First, never stop learning. When I graduated basic training in May of 2002, my drill sergeants told us, now the real training begins. I had no idea what that meant at the time, but it became clear very quickly. Now, all of us have spent the past few years as students. When we leave here today, many of us will no longer be students, but that does not mean that the learning stops. You should always be looking for something new to learn, always yearning for more knowledge and more wisdom. Time will always bring change, and we must be willing to learn and progress. Most importantly in this aspect, though, is to be humble. Be willing to learn from the most unlikely of sources. Be open to hearing the ideas of subordinates, just as you would hope that your superiors would listen to your ideas. Military friends, take a chance to sit and talk to that 10-year specialist. They may teach you something you never even thought of before. My fellow future teachers, take a moment to chat up that coworker that's been around for decades. I would be willing to bet that person has ideas that would make your job a whole lot easier. Second, never stop teaching. Many of my fellow graduates today are leaving our role as students and stepping into the role of teacher in just a few weeks. That does not mean that we are the only teachers in this room. Everyone in this room, graduate, family member, parent, everyone in this world is a teacher. The world is our classroom. This is a lesson I learned from Dr. Meacham during my time under his guidance here. Even the smallest of conversations with an open mind and a willing heart can make someone feel heard and cared for. We must be willing to teach not only the next generation, but each other. Never be afraid to teach someone who least expects it. And don't let fear be the reason that your ideas do not get heard. Lastly, don't ever quit. If you have a goal or a dream, you chase it. Don't ever quit. When it seems silly or out of reach, I want you to giggle while you reach out your arms. Don't let anyone tell you that your dreams are foolish or that what you want is not worth fighting for. Don't let anyone tell you that you can't do something. When the world is against you, or you feel that your goal is out of reach, you keep going. Don't let family or friends talk you out of doing what you know in your heart is right for you. The first and only person you have to convince is yourself. Set your sights on that dream and lean into it. Don't quit when you stumble. Don't quit when you take longer than you think you should have. Don't quit when people make fun of you. You find your pack, you find your way, and you don't ever quit. Now, I love you all. Thank you, and go Panthers.
Thank you, Caleb. You have a remarkable representation of your classmates of this university. Thank you so much for your service to the country, your service to this university, and to our community. We wish you the very, very best. We are honored to have a member of the Board of Regents here to celebrate with us. Speaking today on behalf of the Board of Regents, State of Iowa, Regent Milt Dakovich. Milt Dakovich of Waterloo is president of Aspro Incorporated, an asphalt paving company based in Waterloo. With his professional and educational experience, he brings to the Board of Regents a strong background in construction. After growing up in Des Moines, he earned his BS from Iowa State University in both civil engineering and construction engineering, and he has spent his career working in the construction industry. He is a past president of both the Associated General Contractors of Iowa and the Asphalt Paving Association of Iowa, and he is a life director of the Associated General Contractors of America. He is chairman of the board of directors of Lincoln Savings Bank of Waterloo and a member of the Rotary Club of Waterloo. Milt and his wife Kim have 5 children, all of whom attended or are attending one of Iowa's public universities. Please join me in welcoming Regent Milt Dakovich.
On behalf of the Board of Regents, State of Iowa, I congratulate you on the academic success you have achieved. We are very proud of your accomplishments. Today, you will receive a degree from one of the finest universities in the country, a university which has provided you with a strong foundation for your future success. Success that will no longer be defined by grades, but by the integrity with which you lead your life. I remember this day in my own life like it was yesterday. You should be proud. From the Board of Regents, congratulations, class of 2021. We wish you a very rewarding future.
We will now proceed to the awarding of the degrees. Dr. Waldron will now present the candidates for the degrees of Doctor of Technology or Doctor of Education. Those candidates will please rise.
Mr. President, on behalf of the faculty of the Graduate College and the university, I have the honor to present to you these candidates who have successfully fulfilled the requirements for their respective degrees. I am pleased to commend them to you for the awarding of their respective degrees.
Thank you, Dean Waldron. By virtue of the authority granted by the State of Iowa to the State Board of Regents, and by them delegated to me, I hereby grant to each of you, as appropriate and qualified, the degree of Doctor of Technology or Doctor of Education, with all the rights and privileges pertaining thereto. I now pronounce you graduates of the University of Northern Iowa. Congratulations.
Michael James Holmes. Abby Lynn Wieland. James Gregory Zabel.
Ladies and gentlemen, please offer another round of applause for our new Doctors of Technology and Education. Dean Waldron will now present the candidates for the specialist and master's degrees from the College of Education and the College of Humanities, Arts, and Sciences. Those candidates will please rise.
Mr. President, on behalf of the faculty of the Graduate College and the University, I have the honor to present to you these candidates who have successfully fulfilled the requirements for their respective degrees. I am pleased to commend them to you for the awarding of those degrees.
Thank you, Dean Waldron. By virtue of the authority granted by the State of Iowa to the State Board of Regents, and by them delegated to me, I hereby grant to each of you as appropriate and qualified the degree of Masters of Arts in Education, Master of Arts, Master of Music, and Masters of Science with all the rights and privileges pertaining thereto. I now pronounce you graduates of the University of Northern Iowa.
The graduates will now be individually recognized. Ms. Nicole Zumbach-Harkin will read the names of the graduates. Graduates will be greeted by deans, department heads, and faculty members as they cross and leave the stage.
Lucas Merrill Sears. Rachel Ann McDonald. Michael James Lashbrook. Katie Height. Teresa Ann Nelson Williams. Genevieve Marie Ripslinger. Carolyn Marie Prush. J.D. Joy Glady. Jill Marie Doyle. Stephanie Ann Thronson. Sheena Barr. Ashley Vivica Aberly. Abby Marie Mussman. Sarah Elizabeth Gunsali. Sarah Malone. Jill McDonald. Erin Margaret Finneran. Lauren Ann Galvin. Bristy Gerber. Shay L. Etherington. Madison Ann Furch. Riley Marilyn Ott. Emma Luann Bear. Skylar Joe Peterson. Sloan Taylor Alberhosky. Rachel Vivian Sarver. Mackenzie Frances Tyson. Hallie Smith. Emily Therese Hinton. Gabriella Oswald. Alicia Kloiber. Sadie Marie Rabus. Brenda Elvick Kaufman. Anna Mae Zeller. Jessa L. Bachhoven. Sarah Clemens. Youssef Al-Malki. Vilma Rocio Gomez Prada.
Congratulations to all of our master's graduates today. As we continue our ceremony, and while we are all proud and excited to see our graduates cross the stage today and receive their diplomas, we respectfully ask that you refrain from using air horns and other celebratory instruments during the ceremony. As your graduate crosses the stage, please quickly conclude your individual applause so that the audience can hear the name of the next candidate. Thank you. The Provost and Executive Vice President of the University, Dr. Jose Herrera, will now present the candidates for the bachelor's degrees from their respective units. The audience will find the disciplines of study for each college listed in your commencement program or on your phone.
Will the candidates for bachelor's degree please stand? This is the best part of my job. Mr. President, on behalf of the faculty of the university, I have the honor to present to you these candidates who have successfully fulfilled the requirements for their respective bachelor's degrees. I am pleased to commend them to you for the awarding of those degrees.
Thank you, Provost Herrera. By virtue of the authority granted by the state of Iowa to the State Board of Regents and by them delegated to me. I hereby grant to each of you as appropriate and qualified the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Fine Arts, Bachelor of Music, and Bachelor of Science, with all the rights and privileges pertaining thereto. I now pronounce you graduates of the University of Northern Iowa. You may move your tassel from the right side of your cap to the left. Congratulations.
Please be seated. We will now individually recognize the graduates. Ms. Nicole Zumbach-Harkin will read the names of the graduates. Names will be read by Academic College. Graduates will be greeted by deans, department heads, and faculty members as they cross the stage.
From the College of Education, Noelle Cassidy Buster. Kimberly May Daisy. Daphne Nicole Harding. JC Elizabeth Hauge. Lauren Elizabeth Sabetka. Joshua K. Timms. Andrew John McCartan. Brooke Ann Finney. Katrina Claire Ryerson. Michaela Dawn Brophy. Amanda Marie Vasey. Ella Ruth Bauer. Isaiah Christian Trousel. Gabrielle Marie Cooper. Matthew James Vanderslice. Matthew Thomas Riley. Sarah Lynn Loudon. Alexis Ann Peters. Allison Michelle Nitzel. Kelly Marie Sherbring. Mackenzie Nicole Dunn. Nicolette Catherine Dabbs. Harim Ameli. Erica Elizabeth Bailey. Jacob Chance Cash. Desiree Nicole McNeil. Sydney M. Hawley. Shannon Christine Himes. Haley Elizabeth Johnson. Randy Ray Marvetts. Madison Rachel Please. Isaac McCoy Shendenham. Benjamin Albert Backus. Jonas Blake Otto. Avriel May Miller. Nicholas Andrew Holt. Allison K. Horak. Shelby Lynn Freestone. Gabrielle Marie Davis. McKenna Louise Knott. Tatum M. Ovison. William Joseph Dunsbergen. Savannah Joy Gray. Natalie Alexis Reese. Catherine Colleen Matney. Brianne Lachelle Paxton. Jenna Lynn Henderson. Emma Catherine Martin. Emma Judge. Madison Joanne Reed. Morgan Elizabeth Lyon. Abigail E. Nicholson. Claire Marie Huston. Sierra Jane Marie Wyborny. Kaylee Jo Sanford. Luke M. Dunlap. Sarah Michelle Gold. Taylor Jean Ayers. Morgan Marie Krug. Noah Ambrose Henkias. Braden Kelly Pfeiffer. Joshua Tyler Nutt. Lindsay Ann Trainer. Lily Ann Roseboom. Tess Elizabeth Rorda. Allison Joy Chapman. Delaney Lee Dilly. Kyle Nicholas Homa. Grace Elizabeth Buddy. Haley Star Storjahan. Hannah Jean Searcy. Cami Sue Schreier. Caitlin Mary Roush. Maxwell White. Elizabeth Rose Hope Deitmeyer. Tegan Marie Duffy. Josie Nicole Weber. Olivia B. Eichenborg. Brooke Catherine Harrington. Amalia May Weldon. Alicia S. Cryer. Leighton Elma Eady. Jocelyn Jo Westerhold. Megan Lee Wright. Mackenzie Lynn Hansen. Madison Taylor Harland. Ashlyn Ann Averhoff. Madison Dawn Bishop. Lucia Jaime Hernandez. Ashley Marie Clendenin. Braden Weaver Vasey. Rebecca Bauer. Angel Marie Smith. Robert Curtis Burnson. Kayla Rose Dustin. Kelsey Taylor Minor. Evan Neal Bartenhagen. Jude Mansour Alanki. Emily Michelle Blake. Jaden Michelle Rothchi. Kirsten Elizabeth Miller. London Alexandria Sadler. Megan Rayanne Umdenstock. Kylie Erin Cowles. Sarah Lauby. Allison Marie Hagensick. Carly Ray Sweeney. Samantha K. Jamgard. Madison Marie Howe. Caitlin Reed. Sarah Lillian Venom. Reagan Greenwood. From the College of Humanities, Arts, and Sciences, Andrew Connor Wood. Gerardo Danielle Jacoba. Tiger Dylan Angel. Samuel Robert Emery. Austin Robert Albert. Madison Mary Zerba.
Nicholas Guy Schellenberg. Bradley Jacob Affolter. Lindsay Ray Bazinski. Braden Alexander Lyman. Tyler Royce Huff. Parker L. Pose. Michelle Louise Amperero. Spencer Connolly Schilling. Gage J. Hart. James Alfred McLean. Megan Smith. Zachary John Trundle. Andrea Joy Verberg. Aaron Luke Manning. Bradley Matthew Lawrence. Adam Christopher Davis. Connor Edward D. Bailey. Nick S. Yeast. Nicholas Richard Gronkowski. Lucas David Groh. Tyler James Swenson. Caleb Allen Christian. Eric Thomas Borker. Matthew Ray Thien. Ethan Allen Vance. Sophia O'Neill. Carlos Lobada Arriga. Jacob Scott Kaisand. Brian William Borkowski. Kelsey Rose Feller. Allison Lee Johnson. Sadie Marie McDougall. Kayla Marie Crooks. Cameron Elizabeth Schaefer. Carter James Holmes. Philip James Hansen. Angelica Perez. Nicole Rose Gerties. David Allen Heinman. L. Ann Olthoff. Marin Elizabeth Borer. Olivia McQuarrie. Gabrielle Elise Cook. Kirsten Cecilia Cayley. Emily Nicole Kent. Abigail L. Benetham. Samuel Wesley Schmidt. Adam Douglas Long. Grant Edward Kelly. Aaron Torger Bagsted. Yi Liang Yip. Zhu Han Go. Patrick Daniel Crawford. Luke Daniel Wingert. Noha Gafar Hamid Ali. Jacob Ryan Schmelzer. Jed Quinton Peterson. Aaron Matthew Brown. Claire Elizabeth Blackman. Samantha Marie Goodman. Nathan James McDonald. Tristan Clark Lugin. Caitlin Nicole Askelson. Erin Marie Camp. Madeline Ann Bauer. Carrie Renee Klein. Rebecca Noel Nielsen. Aspen Diane Havlicek. Janet Irene Wiley. Skylar Matthew Hopp. Kaylee Hessner.
Micah Everett Smith. Michaela Marie Henniger. Allison Marie Benson. Alexandria Elizabeth Green. Megan Rose Ryan. Mariah Lee Wilder. Sarah Nicole Allen. Brody James Brinker. Jacob Robert Batani. Princess Ephraim. Agnes Ozogovich. Erna Smolotich. Aaron Michael Leeboys. Haley Christine Dernan. Haley Samantha Radke. Justin Carl Tarantino. Ryan Thomas Jones. Cami and Lily. Let's go, Cami! Anna Christine Bell. Grace Rose Breenick. Kristen Jean Harding. Maxwell Allen Stoltz. Jensen Lewis Farley. Sierra Lynn Brown. Kerrigan Alexandria Menser. Lady Rose Egan. Tessa Michelle Frederick. Alexa Marita Seifer. Jenna Michelle Prophet. Gretchen Renee Steffensmeyer. McKenna Marie Dempster. Drew Adele Wiedemeyer. Marissa Christina Oswald. Sierra Rose Wee-Benson. JC Ray Bina. Amelia K. Folkedahl. Taitlin Canova. Brianna Rose Kilberg. Peyton Lee Peters. Abigail Marie Stedham. Brooklyn May Steiner. Peyton Ray Schultz. Mallory Mikkel Yazik. Emily Eileen Schneider. Josie Ray Sherбrown. Alyssa Renee Mason. Christian Jacob Underwood. Leah Ann Roughton. Megan Kathleen Olson. Deidre Helene Pitson. Armin Muzafirich. Ryan James Miller. Catherine Reck. Mandolin Rose Herwin. Nathan Michael Brock. Amy Marie Simonson. Hunter Aaron Fleschner. Jordan Nicole Nagel. Natalie Jean Lyons. Alexis DeYoung. Ashley Jean Webb. Courtney Lee George. Kimberly Ann Cavalier. Madeline Ray Post. Megan Lynn Plattner. Ginia Catherine Houston. Susan Agnes Gall. Brian Yaramati. Elisa Nicole Altman. Ruwen Bao. Devin Canty. Timothy James McCumber. Mohammed Nasser Aldosari. Lily Catherine Kurt. Jaimen Hounsou Washington. Janine Ray Young. Kurt Nathaniel Slavin. Isaiah Joseph Finan. Tatum Yonkin. Kimberly Mary Bernkamper. Olivia Lavon Otten. Luke Charles Warner. Kenzie Joe Raymer. Shannon Noel Bowes.
It is now my privilege to introduce Mr. Drew Conrad, Vice Chair of the UNI Alumni Association Board of Directors.
Greetings, distinguished guests, faculty, students, families, and friends. On behalf of the nearly 123,000 UNI alumni, I extend congratulations to all of you, members of the class of 2021. You've earned a degree from the University of Northern Iowa, and you should be proud of this momentous accomplishment. Your time here as a student was brief compared to what commences today. Your lifelong experience as an alum of this great institution. I encourage you to stay engaged in UNI. As a UNI graduate, your active participation in the life of the university will help you continue to develop personally, enhance the value of a degree, and will advance UNI to new heights. At this time, I'll ask all UNI alumni in the audience to please stand and to join me in applauding our newest UNI alumni members. Again, congratulations to our newest UNI graduates, and welcome to the UNI Alumni Association.
Graduates, would you all please rise? Please join me in recognizing the graduates of the University of Northern Iowa 2021 graduating class. Congratulations and thank you. Graduates, you may be seated. Graduates, the faculty in particular have played a central role in your education at the University of Northern Iowa. Please join me in a round of applause to thank the faculty for their dedicated work and the support you have received from each of them. Graduates, there are many people that have helped you reach this point. We talked about them a little bit earlier. I encourage you, though, to think about one or two or three or four of those people that have had a special impact on your life, that have helped you reach this point. And take some time in the next couple of days to tell them how much that has meant to them. Find a note card, a piece of paper, a thank you card, an envelope. Write out a handwritten note. I can't tell you how much that means in this day of electronic messages and text messages to have a handwritten note. Find a stamp. You can buy them at a post office. Put it on a letter. The address of that person goes in the middle of the envelope. Yours goes up in the upper left-hand corner. Take it down to the mailbox and send it. I really can't overemphasize how much that means to the faculty, to the staff, to a parent, to a friend, to a former teacher, to a coach, to receive a letter like that where someone took the time not to just zip off a quick text, but to send a thank you. So take a moment to do that. Audience, I'm now going to ask some of you to stand, and after I ask you to stand, I'm going to ask others to stand, and I want you to stay standing. So don't sit down until I say it's okay for you to sit down, all right? If you are the spouse or the life partner of one of our graduates today, would you please stand? If you are the child of one of our graduates today, would you please stand? If you are the parents or guardian of one of our graduates, would you please stand? If you are a fiancé or a significant other of one of our graduates, would you please stand? If you are the grandparent of one of our graduates, would you please stand? If you are the great-grandparents of one of our graduates, would you please stand? If you are a sibling of one of today's graduates, would you please stand? If you are the aunt or uncle or cousin of one of these graduates, would you please stand? If you are a UNI faculty or staff member, would you please stand? If you are a current or former teacher, coach, or mentor to one of these graduates, would you please stand? If you are a friend of one of our graduates, would you please stand? If you in some way, shape, or form know one of our graduates, would you please stand? Graduates, look around you. You reached this day with a great deal of help. The people that have had the biggest impact on your lives are standing around you. They've provided financial support, moral support. They've provided you with meals and occasionally done your laundry. They've helped you in every way that was possible for them to support you reaching this goal today. Please join me in thanking all of these people. Thank you. You may be seated. Actually, I do this every time. In honor of today's graduates, please stand. And join in the singing of the University of Northern Iowa Alma Mater, presented by video on the University of Northern Iowa Varsity Men's Glee Club. Thank you.
You and I
be seated for our final announcements. Please direct your attention to the top of the McLeod Center. At this time, we would like to thank conductor Dr. Michael Conrad and the award-winning UNI Jazz Ensemble students for their wonderful music today. We ask that all graduates and audience members remain in place until after the President's Party has exited the McLeod Center. At that time, all graduates will be escorted up the stairs to the concourse level. All audience members should remain in their seats until all of the graduates have traversed the stairs. These commencement exercises being now completed, please rise for the recessional of the President's Party. The fall commencement exercises of 2021 for the University of Northern Iowa are now adjourned.